Good morning, brothers and sisters and families. Are you all maintaining your health during this COVID pandemic? For those who are suffering from COVID-19, I hope and pray that you can recover as soon as possible. Right? I think I should say more than just good morning to you this morning. Do you know what day it is today? Today on Heavenly Calendar is New Year's morning, January 1st. So I'm going to say again to you and your family, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. In the tradition of our Christian church, until a year ago, January 1st was God's Day. We call also Heavenly Parents' Day. But from last year, God's Day has been moved to another day. Now January 1st is no longer God's Day or Heavenly Parents' Day. Do you read the official memo from National Headquarters on January 22nd? According to that memo on May 8th, 2020, True Mother proclaimed that Heavenly Parents' Day will now be celebrated with the True Parents' Day on the occasion of True Parents' Holy Wedding Anniversary on March 16th of the Heavenly Calendar, which this year, April 16, 2020, solar calendar, right? After reading this, some people may be wondering what this is all about. Of course, True Mother gave us very clear explanation about the change, right? But you may be particularly puzzled because we have been celebrating God's Day on January 1st over the past 50 years, that long. So I don't blame a puzzled person for wondering. Also, it is not shameful to have a question. You know what? God gave us the divine principle so we can have a clear understanding of His providence, right? Through divine principle. So the change of major holidays, date is an important change. One that falls in line with the new era as well as the new providence. It is hard to understand such a change without some background, information, and explanations. So I hope this message will help you understand why we now celebrate Heavenly Parents' Day, True Parents' Day, and True Parents' Holy Wedding Anniversary on March 16 in the Heavenly Calendar, which April 16 in the solar calendar this year. First, let's take a look at the True Mother's words on the 60th anniversary of True Parents' Holy Wedding in 2020.
그동안 54년간 섭리를 해왔던 것은 기원절을 맞기 위한 준비였어. 근데 기원절부터는 새롭게 나아가야 돼. 새 역사, 새 시대. 인간으로서 가장 크게 생각해야 될 것은 자식이라면은 부모야, 부모. 부모의 성혼 기념일. 이 날만이 영원히 인류 앞에 전개져 내려오는 거야. 섭리의 완성은 봄이야, 봄. 봄줄기부터 출발하고 완성이 돼야 돼. 그래서 모든 행사는 참 부모의 날 행사도 3월 16일 하늘 부모의 날도 3월 16일이 된다. 하늘 부모님의 출발이 봄이야. 겨울 동안에 다 준비하셔가지고 봄에 꽃 피우고 봄에 희망의 싹을 트시려 하셨어. 그렇기 때문에 인류 앞에 하늘 앞에 최고의 날은 3월 16일이다. 알겠습니까?
From this true mother speech, I would like to focus on 2 points. Number one, the past 54 years of the providence work to prepare for Foundation Day. Number two, the completion of the providence starts in the spring. That 2 points. First of all, the background of the change of God's Day from January 1st to True Parents' Holy Wedding Day on 16th day of the 3rd month by the heavenly calendar can be found in True Mother's word. True Mother said, the past 54 years of the providence were to prepare for Foundation Day. That's right. Through the content of this verse, we can see that January 1st, God's Day, which has been celebrated since 1968, was a stage in the preparation process for the Foundation Day. Here, in order for us to know the origin of the God's Day, we must know the flow of 4 major holidays established by True Father. When you look at the True Father's words at the old Cheongpadong Headquarter Church on December 1st, 1963, he said, "My mission is to establish Parents' Day, Children's Day, the day of all things, and God's Day on this earth in my lifetime." This statement supports the speech delivered at the old Cheongpa Headquarter Church on the 11th True Parents' Day on April 4, 1970. True Father said, what was Jesus' mission when he came to this earth? He had to set Parents' Day, set Children's Day, set Day of all things, set God's Day. But no one understood that Jesus came with such a great historical mission. That's what True Father said. If you look at this verse, it is clearly stated that the 4 major holidays are not exclusively the Unitarian Church holidays, which are newly created by True Father, but should have been fulfilled at the time of Jesus. The order of the 8th great holiday that True Father established before the day of foundation was God's blueprint for the restoration of the God's creation and the settlement of Cheonilgu. We have been focusing on the meaning of each holiday each time we celebrated the 8 major holidays. From this, we have to realize that it was a narrow view of providence. Just like you cannot see the forest for the tree. So when we connect all 8 major holidays, we come to understand why True Father had to come to this earth as the second coming Messiah. In a message given at the old Cheongpa Headquarter Church on March 22nd, 1963, on the occasion of True Parents' Day, True Father said, if our ancestor Adam and Eve had not fallen, we would have already celebrated Parents' Day. However, since Adam and Eve fell, true parents must first come to this earth for Parents' Day. If you look at the content of a true Father's word, you can clearly see what his mission is. True Father is the one who came as the second coming Messiah, who took over mission of Jesus. We all know very well that in the Bible, Revelation 19:7 said, "For the wedding of the Lamb has come, and his bride has made herself ready." The divine principle and word of true parents say the same thing. That is that Jesus must come as the bridegroom and marry the bride, so that he can become the parents of humankind. It's very clear, right? So, what did Jesus have to do when he came? What did he have to do to save the millions of people living on this earth? He had to become true parent. To do that, he had to find the bride. The 12 disciples were not a priority for him. First, he had to find the bride. That's what true fathers emphasize that. Those words means that true father, as the second coming Messiah, had to find the bride and then get married. However, there was a problem. There was a problem. On the foundation laid by the Messiah, the second coming Messiah should have come and welcomed the bride. There was a problem. True Father says, after World War II in the 1945, 800 million Christians around the world should have accepted true Father as the second coming Messiah. What does that mean? The point is that the Christian foundation for the past 6,000 years should have accepted true Father, who came as a second coming Messiah to take over the mission of a Messiah and proceed with the providence. However, Christians around the world oppose true Father, right? That is why true Father established the Unification Church in 1954. And began the providence in order to restore the Christian foundation. This is because Jesus told true Father to take over his mission. But Jesus' foundation was not given to true Father. True Father only received the mission, not with foundation. The 4 major holidays, including God's Day, which true Father established, became the foundation of God's restoration for his creation. The Bible says, in the beginning, there was God, and then God created all things, created the children, and after that, those children married and become parents, hoping for kingdom of heaven on earth. However, due to the fall of children, God's authority was undermined. And therefore, he had to send the Messiah to this earth to restore God's will. So if you look at the order of 4 major holidays established by true Father, starting with the Parents' Day, Children's Day, the Day of All Things, and God's Day, they are in reverse order. On the first of Children's Day, true Father said, if human beings had not fallen, there would be no need for Children's Day, Parents' Day, and Day of All Things. Human history should have originally started with God's Day. However, in order to restore this fallen world back to its original state, God gradually developed the providence from the individual to the family, society, nation, and the world. in True Father's statement that if humankind had not fallen, the history of humankind should have originally started with God's day. It's a very important clue that shed light on way the establishment of 4 major holidays started in the reverse order. So far, I have tried to clarify the relationship between God's day on January 1st and the new God's day True Father spoke of. In order to understand this situation, first we should know the origin of God's day. Therefore, I will conclude this section with True Mother's word again. So True Mother said, the past 54 years of providence were a preparation for Foundation Day. That's right. Right? God's Day established by True Father was the ceremony of restoration of the fallen 6,000 years of human history in the preparation for the Foundation Day. The beginning of God's Day starts from the time the groom finds the bride and become a parent. Therefore, it can be confirmed that the God's Day established in 1968 was preparation stage for True Father to restore 6,000 years of Christian history to its original state in order for True Father to declare Foundation Day. Brothers and sisters, who made the calendar? Who made the calendar? Since ancient Roman times, fallen humans made it for the convenience of life in the human world. Am I right? Is that fact? In a way, this will also be an important factor to use in God's restoration of creation. True Father's restoration course also started centering on fallen humans. We cannot deny that all of our blessed family members belong to that category. However, we were saved by true parents, right? Congratulations! Therefore, the providence of restoration fallen humankind by consecrating the first day of the new year, January 1st, which is considered the most important day for the fallen world, makes sense. This is the part where we can understand True Father's plan, why he instituted the first day of the new year, January 1st, as the God's Day in his word. He said the history of mankind should have originally started with God's Day. But now the time have changed. Because True Father fulfilled the mission he received from Jesus, we must firmly establish and cultivate God's original culture and tradition from the age of a second coming Messiah to True Mother in the age of a true parent. So True Mother said, from Foundation Day, we must begin a new advance. It is a new history, new era. As children and as human beings, what we must think about most are the parent. The anniversary of parents' holy wedding. It is only this day that will forever be passed down by humanity. True Father also said, Adam and Eve, who will become the parents of mankind, and 2 people who will become the true parents of mankind. Since God loves them, 2 people must come together. We cannot celebrate Children's Day without true parents coming out. This verse says that the most important things for children is their parents, because there can be no children without parents, right? And true Father says this way: Children's Day and Parents' Day go hand in hand. Children's Day and Parents' Day are celebrated together. Just as we stand as children before true parents also are children before Heavenly Parent. So we can celebrate God's Day and Parents' Day together. And the important thing is that the time when they were able to become parents was the day they got married. That's important. Why is it so important to celebrate two major holidays, Heavenly Parents' Day and the True Parents' Day, with the True Parents' Holy Wedding? Why? As I said before, we needed to separate the providence in two eras, the pre-foundation era and the post-foundation era. Foundation Day lead us into a new providence, a new dispensation. True Mother is establishing the culture and tradition of the kingdom of heaven. As I said above, January 1st, God's Day, established by True Father, is a day established in the preparation stage to restore fallen history of humankind and welcome Foundation Day, right? Now that we have celebrated Foundation Day, we need to establish the culture and traditions of Kingdom of Heaven according to God's will. True Mother said that God's providence must start and be completed from the spring season. True Parents' Holy Wedding was the foundation of Heavenly Parents and True Parents' Day. We all know that Heavenly Parents' Day and True Parents' Day could not exist without True Parents' Holy Wedding, right? So, in the new era, Heavenly Parents' Day and True Parents' Day are celebrated together with True Parents' Holy Wedding Day. The second reason is that True Mother said the completion of the providence starts in the spring. The beginning and the completion should happen in the spring. Heavenly Parents prepared everything in winter and wanted to blossom and sprout the shoot of hope in the spring. That is why for humanity and for heaven, the greatest day in the 16th day of the third month. That's what True Mother said, right? The calendar is a man-made product. But the spring season is not a season created by fallen man for man's convenience. It is a natural law of God that all things conform to the spring season. Just as everything is born in the spring season, it is the moment when Heavenly Parents create all things. It is most joyful, rewarding, and precious day for God, right? So it is God's day. It is Heavenly Parents' Day. That is why True Mother has given us these blessings. Therefore, our God's Day is the 16th day of third month, the day of spring when everything is born according to our Heavenly Parents' natural law. Brothers and sisters, let us leave behind the thought and action of the wilderness era, and let us embrace the value, cultures, and traditions of the kingdom of heaven, Heavenly Parents' holy communities. Let us celebrate our Heavenly Parents' most cherished day on the 16th day in the third month of the heavenly calendar. I hope today's explanation has helped you to understand the change of Heavenly Parents' Day to True Parents' Holy Wedding Anniversary. Once again, dear brothers and sisters, Happy New Year to you and your family. God bless you. Heavenly Parents bless you.